Hey guys, this is Jerry Mateo with In the DAW. Welcome back. And today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Brainworx BX 2098 EQ. This is a emulation of a AMEC EQ that was designed by Rupert Neve a long time ago, and this is pretty cool because Brainworx has incorporated their tolerance modeling technology into this. Basically what that means is, in this case, we have 20 channels that have been modeled. They model the one channel, get the tolerances of each individual component, and that way when they make new ones, it's basically within the specs of how a real one would be built. That gives you a very accurate emulation of what a real set of 20 of these would sound like, because each and every one of them is different because the components will be slightly different. But we also have the digital control of instant recall. We can switch between them, and like all of these newer plugins that have tolerance modeling technology, we can have analog or digital mode, basically meaning analog is 1 2 or odd to even, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Digital is 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, so on. You can randomize the channels, and like I said, there's up to 20 of these. And then they gave us the awesome control that's usually in the BX Digital version 3 or their other BX style EQs, which is a mono maker and a stereo width control. The mono maker goes from 20 Hertz all the way up to 2K, and the stereo width is 0, which is mono, all the way up to 400%, which is ridiculously stereo. We can turn the total harmonic distortion on and off, and we can control the knob right here. We can link or unlink this, so this can be left or right, basically dual mono or stereo. And we have control over MS, so we can control the mids and the side. We also have the ability up here to solo or mute your modes, so you can listen to just the mids or just the sides. You have an A-B section, which goes from A, B, C, D. So let's say I have different settings on B, on C, and one on D. I can literally go between all of them to see which one works for me. You can copy and paste these settings, so let's say I want to copy this and paste it here. And of course, we can reset each one individually. You have a undo and redo button. And let's go into the EQ. We have an input, which is plus and minus 12 dBs. We have a phase inversion, which is important. All EQs have to have a phase inversion. We have a high and low pass filter. The high pass goes from 20 to 300. The low pass goes from 30, which is really high up there, all the way to 4.5K. I notice these are very aggressive, probably 12 or 24 dB octave slopes. And then we have a low frequency shelf, a low mid frequency bell, a high mid frequency bell, and a high frequency shelf. Now these shelves are very interesting. They have the glow and the sheen, and what I notice is it basically has some type of phase interaction where it must be changing the frequencies. All of these EQs can have a plus or minus 18 or 9 dB gain just by clicking the gain plus and minus 9, which basically means that it can be used for mastering or mixing. Low frequency shelf goes from 30 Hertz to 300. The low mid bell is 100 to 1K. The high mid bell is 500 to 4.5K. And then the high frequency shelf is 2K to 21K. Now, the bells also have this interesting notch feature, which basically turns them into notch EQs. And this is 0 all the way to minus 19 dBs. These actually can introduce some pretty cool and interesting effects depending on the cue that you have selected. So we're going to go over that later on. First thing I want to do is I want to test out the tolerance modeling. So we're going to bypass this. I'm going to play this little loop. This is on just the drums. Let's see how this sounds in the mix. So this track was made by the artist Black Note Digital. I made the drums. Let's see what this sounds like if we turn on total harmonic distortion to max and we activate the plugin. Let's listen to just the drums. We're going to start with it off, and then I'll turn it on. We'll use the built-in power switch for this one. Ready? Here we go. On. So that has a nice dirty sound. Let's see what happens if we randomize the channels a little bit and we turn it off and then back on. Yeah, it sounds really cool. I like that a lot, actually. We're going to back this off a tiny bit. One thing I want to note is if you drive into this, you can get a really crazy distortion. So check this out. Really aggressive. I don't want to blow your ears out, so I'm probably going to turn that down in post. Next, let's take a listen to these filters. Hear how aggressive these are. But also notice how smooth they sound. They never really give you this sound that they're doing anything until after they've done it. Next, let's check out the low frequency shelf and the high frequency shelf. I want you to really hear this. So we're going to set this up to 9 dBs because I don't really want to hurt your ears, but I want you to be able to hear it. So we're going to do about a 6 dB boost. And let's check it out. And watch when I turn on glow. Turn off. Really interesting, right? It sounds different. It sounds more aggressive with glow on. Let's see what the shelf sounds like. You hear that? It sounds so much nicer with sheen on. It's really cool. I'm going to just keep that on right there. I don't want to turn that off. Next, let's check out these bells. That sounds pretty cool. Let's check out the high frequency bell. These are really smooth. I'm really loving how smooth these are. But now let's check out these notches. These notches are really, really cool. We'll start off with the low mid one. Notice that sound? Check this out when I increase the width. Now let's make this a little bit tighter. Kind of like that. We're going to basically clean it up. Watch what happens when I bypass it. Right, a little bit cleaner. So now we're going to use the glow to give me a little bit more frequencies on the low end. I'm going to cut anything under 30-ish. Alright, let's add some more snap by using the high mid bell. Cool. Now I'm going to bring down the input gain because I don't want it to gain too much volume. And now let's mess around with the mono maker. Go to around here and let's make this a little bit wider. Cool. Let's bypass it. Pretty cool. It has a lot of snap to it. I'm going to just crank up the total harmonic distortion, bring down the output. Let's listen to this in the mix, and we're going to use the power switch right here. So I have it off and then turn it on. Pretty cool. I really, really, really like this EQ. This is a must-have for me. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys like it. This is Jerry Mateo with In the DAW, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.